Hey guys, Gramila here. So today we are going to go over the tutorial on how to do Insane Dungeon 1-3. This is the dungeon, obviously, where you unlock the very important Blitz Scroll. So just some importance of the Blitz Scroll. It's really useful on a lot of different heroes. Pumpkin Duke is obviously the main one that most people use it for, because Pumpkin Duke, as people know, was Berserk. It makes him attack a lot faster, which just makes him stack faster and faster to make your team overall better. And so that's why Blitzscroll just amps that up and really helps. And also, the 50% chance to grant stun immunity for 3 seconds is really useful, especially for dungeons and even raiding. Because if your Pumpkin Duke gets stunned, that often loses your momentum because its stacks go away. But if you have a chance so he doesn't get stunned, you can just wipe through that dungeon or base or whatever it may be quicker. So when you get this, just make sure that you try and put all your merits into it and get it to level 5 as fast as you can. In my opinion, this is one of the best. It's Blitzscroll, Axis Strife, and Goblet Life are really important for just overall gameplay in the game. So as we go on, hero requirements. So I recommend that most of your skills, if not all your skills, are at least 8 of 10, and it really helps if they're evolved, because at this point, when you're at the point of getting into insane dungeons, you're obviously going to have more than 550 flames and have evolved heroes, even though it might only be a few. So all the heroes I'm going to use are evolved. I only have 8 evolved heroes, which is not a ton, but it's pretty good for someone at my might level. And I have 2 double evolved. I'm going to be using both of them. So start off, Dredge Rake is a very good choice for dungeons because of its proc. It destroys a lot of buildings, and he's a really good tank just because he takes minimal damage because of his skill, and he dishes out quite a big damage when he procs. And if he gets stacks, he does more damage, which really helps. And I have life drain on him, which makes him even a better tank. And since he has so much health, as you can see here, he has 290,000 health, which is really good for tanking. And for crests for him, you can have like War God, you could have Tenacity, you could have Bulwark. Anything like that would really help him out. And make sure your inscriptions for all of these heroes should be at least 80 or 90, because that's where they're starting to really get helpful. And in artifacts, I put them in X Drive to get those crits and do more damage. So the next hero I'm going to use is Pumpkin Duke, which is obviously a must. My one has 6 of 8 Berserk, which, as I said earlier, just really helps out Pumpkin Duke and make it stack faster. And his 8 of 10 skill, same as the Dredge Rake, which just helps him proc more. So right now I have Life Drain that I was using for something else, so I'm going to change that to Revitalize, so he gets that first proc off quicker. And since, as you'll see in a minute, my Cupid is 5/5 Revite, once Cupid procs, this guy Pumpkin Dude's going to proc right away and start getting that those stacks built up to do more and more damage. So, and he's also a 90 inscription, as you can see. And since he's double evolved, he has quite a bit of health, which is really useful, and quite a bit of damage as well, which Pumpkin Dude isn't really there for the damage, but it always helps. Okay, so next hero, I use Vlad Dracula. So Vlad is a very good choice. You could use any heroes like this. Vlad is definitely up there. Vlad Sanaboom. On this account, I don't have Sanaboom, so that's definitely not very good in my case, but I have Vlad, which works very well for dungeons too. Sadly, I do not have a good talent for him, just because I'm a mostly free-to-play account, and I don't roll for talents, because I just don't spend enough money in the game. So he only has 5 of 8 heavy blow, but he does have 8 of 10 skill, which is very necessary. And Ivan Revive, because Vlad is really useful because his skill, it heals if he's attacking a hero during his skill's proc. And if he dies and he revives, he usually procs right after he revives. And if there's a lot of enemies around, which presumably killed him, he'll just get back to full health really quickly. And obviously he's also at level 90 inscription. Here's my Cupid. I have him 710 skill. I need to get that up to 8 to 10. Just haven't done that yet. not enough shards. But he has 5/5 Revite, and in Cress, for Cupid, it doesn't really matter. You can put Revive on him. I put Slowdown. It's good for another game mode, but that doesn't really matter for this hero. If you don't have Revite on his main talent, you might want to put that for the Crest. But yeah, so use that 80 inscription. And I'm not going to use Ares today. Gulam is really useful, mostly because he obviously heals a lot to help, and he doesn't get stunned. And obviously, as if you've guys been trying insane dungeons or expert dungeons, you know there's a lot of stun towers, and that's quite annoying to have a lot of stun towers stunning your heroes. So I have Revive on him too, because he's a really essential hero for dungeons in my case. And if he dies, he can get back up, heal everybody still, and 90 inscription, as you can see. And he's also 8/10. So I'm not going to use Druid because I'm using Golem. And the next hero I'm going to use is Grimfiend. I like Grimfiend, similar to the Golem. After he procs, he is granted stun immunity for 12 seconds, which is really useful, and because he just won't get stunned in dungeons. And right now he's not evolved because I got him not too long ago, maybe like a week or two, and I'm trying to get him there, but I just don't have enough shards. And he's only 7 and 10 just because I don't have enough shards, like I said. But his skill is just really useful. It does a ton of damage to all the buildings, and he's level 8 Berserk, so it'll just attack faster. I managed to get a 5/8 life drain on him, which is useful because he attacks so fast. And Inscription up to 90, and I use War God for a Crest. And back to Golem, and yeah, like I said. Okay, so now onto spells. So you want to have Snowstorm. Mine's upgrading right now. Just when you have your Relic Hall, even when you're just starting the game, you want to keep upgrading that Relic Hall because it's really essential. All these skills. Ares Frenzy, that is very important for raids, for dungeons, for a lot of things. Same with Guardian Angel, because obviously your heroes are immune to taking damage, and it's just really helpful. And Ares Frenzy, Ares Fervor. So you can either use this Ares one, Ares Fervor, or Restoration. Typically in later dungeons, you probably want to use Ares Fervor because the Restoration doesn't really heal them, and they have to be standing in the same place to get healed, so it oftentimes isn't as beneficial as you might think. And another thing was the Snowstorm, which is a must for all these dungeons to get those stun towers out of the way so you don't get stunned by them, which is really not good for dungeons. So you want to keep upgrading that. Mine's at level 3, and every time you level it up, it grants a big boost to it. Like this one is 2 seconds, which is longer than you think in a battle. So now let's jump right into the dungeon. So there's 2 ways you can approach this base. They're very similar. So the first way is to drop your Guardian Angel and Ares Frenzy right here, right next to this stun tower, sorry. And you want to stun these two towers right here, so they don't stun your heroes when they're starting. And you want to try and lure out this Pumpkin Duke and Minotaur right away, so you can kill them while they're under the while your heroes are under invisibility. And the other way you can do it is by dropping your Pumpkin Duke on this right side out of range of this stun tower, so he can get his procs off on the wall, and at the same time drop all your heroes on the left side, so the Pumpkin Duke can independently proc, and all the other heroes can take the aggro whilst your Pumpkin Duke is proccing on all these walls. So let me exit out of this and join it again, so I can start off fresh. So I'm just going to do the way where I drop everyone here. So that, and you want to stun these 2 towers and drop everyone else, and the Ares Fervor. So as you can see, Pumpkin Duke is proccing, doing a lot of damage, going really quickly through this dungeon. You have to watch out for these heroes on the sides. As you can see, my Pumpkin Duke died, and I might beat this. There's 2 bases over there, so see, my Grimfiend managed to kill that, and it looks like I'm going to do it. This was very close, The first time I did it a little bit better, but you just need to keep going at it, use that same drop point, and eventually you'll get it and get that blitz scroll, which I explained earlier was so important. So just keep repeating that, and eventually you'll get it. And if you try again and you can't seem to get it, then you want to go back into your altar, level up some more of your heroes, get the skills up, evolve your heroes, whatever it may be, even your crest, your inscriptions. And once you get everything high enough, you'll be able to beat it. And yeah, so thank you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And the next video I'm probably going to post is going to be on how to do HBM-S and anything prior to that. And then later, I'm going to do a tutorial on HBM-T as well, because I know a cool trick which makes it really easy to complete HBM-T. Because a lot of people have trouble with all their buildings get destroyed before their heroes do, and I know an easy way to overcome that obstacle. Alright guys, so peace out, have a nice day. Don't forget to like and subscribe like I said.